Hi everyone and welcome. Today, we're diving into the quiet and mysterious world of the ocean, where light fades, life moves slowly, and nature exists in perfect balance. You'll discover ancient sea creatures, glowing depths, and incredible underwater journeys. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the most relaxing facts about marine biology. The quiet blue world beneath the surface. Marine biology is the science that studies life in the oceans, a world that covers more than 70% of our planet. Yet despite its vast size, the ocean remains one of the least explored environments on Earth. Beneath the surface exists a calm, slowly moving universe where millions of species live in delicate balance, forming ecosystems that have existed for hundreds of millions of years. One of the most relaxing facts about marine biology is how stable many ocean environments are. In the deep sea, far below sunlight, temperatures remain nearly constant throughout the year. In some regions, the water stays around 2 to 4 degrees Celsius for centuries without much change. Because of this stability, many deep-sea creatures live incredibly slow and quiet lives. Some species of deep-sea fish move so slowly that they conserve energy for weeks between meals. The ocean is also home to some of the oldest living communities on Earth. Coral reefs, often called the rainforests of the sea, grow extremely slowly. Some coral colonies expand only a few millimeters each year, yet over centuries they build enormous reef structures visible from space. These reefs become peaceful underwater cities filled with fish, sea turtles, colorful sponges, and countless tiny organisms that all depend on one another. Another fascinating aspect of marine biology is how sound travels through water. In the ocean, sound moves about 4 times faster than it does in air. Because of this, many marine animals rely on gentle acoustic communication rather than sight. Whales sing songs that can travel hundreds or even thousands of kilometers through the water. These deep, rhythmic sounds are believed to help whales navigate, find companions, and maintain social bonds across the vast ocean. Light also behaves differently underwater. Sunlight gradually fades as it passes through the ocean. The red colors disappear first, followed by orange and yellow. By about 200 meters deep, the ocean becomes a dim blue twilight zone. Many marine organisms have adapted to this calm, shadowy environment with large sensitive eyes or bioluminescent organs that produce soft glowing light. Bioluminescence is one of the most magical phenomena studied in marine biology. Thousands of species, including jellyfish, plankton, and deep-sea fish, can create their own light through chemical reactions in their bodies. Sometimes entire waves glow at night when millions of tiny plankton flash simultaneously. Scientists believe this light can serve many purposes, such as attracting prey, confusing predators, or communicating with other members of the same species. Marine biology also reveals how life adapts to extreme environments. Around deep-sea hydrothermal vents, where hot mineral-rich water pours out of the ocean floor, scientists discovered ecosystems completely independent of sunlight. Instead of photosynthesis, the base of these food webs comes from bacteria that use chemical energy from sulfur compounds. Giant tube worms, crabs, and unusual shrimp thrive around these vents in a slow but stable ecosystem that resembles an alien world. Despite the ocean's immense size, its ecosystems are deeply interconnected. Tiny plankton drifting near the surface produce a large portion of the oxygen we breathe on land. These microscopic organisms form the foundation of marine food chains that support fish, whales, seabirds, and many coastal communities around the world. Studying marine biology reminds us that the ocean is not just a vast body of water, but a living system filled with quiet rhythms, ancient life forms, and remarkable adaptations. Every discovery reveals another peaceful detail about how life has evolved beneath the waves, a hidden world that continues to inspire curiosity and calm fascination. the gentle architects of the ocean. One of the most fascinating aspects of marine biology is how many ocean creatures quietly shape the entire structure of marine ecosystems. While the ocean may seem vast and chaotic, much of its stability comes from small organisms and slow biological processes that work continuously beneath the waves. These natural architects build habitats, recycle nutrients, and maintain the delicate balance that allows life to flourish in the sea. Among the most important of these organisms are corals. Although they look like colorful underwater plants or rocks, corals are actually tiny animals known as polyps. Each polyp secretes a hard calcium carbonate skeleton, and over time millions of them join together to form coral reefs. These reefs grow slowly, sometimes only a few centimeters each year, but over centuries they can expand into massive structures stretching for hundreds of kilometers. Coral reefs are among the most biodiverse ecosystems on Earth. Marine biologists often compare them to tropical rainforests because of the incredible variety of species that live within them. Fish, crustaceans, mollusks, sea stars, and countless microscopic organisms all depend on reefs for food, shelter, and breeding grounds. In fact, although coral reefs cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, they support roughly a quarter of all known marine species. Another quiet builder of the ocean world is the humble seagrass. Unlike seaweed, seagrasses are true flowering plants that evolved from land plants millions of years ago and adapted to live fully underwater. Their long green blades form underwater meadows in shallow coastal waters, gently swaying with the movement of waves and currents. These seagrass meadows serve as vital nurseries for many young marine animals. Small fish, crabs, and shrimp hide among the blades where predators cannot easily reach them. Larger animals such as sea turtles and dugongs graze on the seagrass itself. At the same time, the roots of seagrasses stabilize the seabed, preventing erosion and helping keep coastal waters clear. Marine biologists have also discovered that seagrasses play an important role in regulating the Earth's climate. These plants capture and store large amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere in their roots and surrounding sediments. This process, sometimes called blue carbon, helps reduce greenhouse gases and makes coastal ecosystems important allies in the fight against climate change. Kelp forests are another remarkable example of natural ocean architecture. Giant kelp can grow astonishingly fast, sometimes up to half a meter per day under ideal conditions. These towering underwater plants form dense forests that stretch from the seafloor to the ocean surface, creating complex three-dimensional habitats where fish, sea otters, and many other creatures live. Inside kelp forests, the water is often calmer and slightly darker, creating a peaceful underwater environment. Schools of fish move slowly between the swaying kelp blades, while sea otters float on the surface above. The entire ecosystem depends on the kelp's rapid growth and constant renewal. Even the smallest marine organisms contribute to building the ocean's structure. Microscopic plankton produce shells made of silica or calcium carbonate. When these organisms die, their shells sink slowly to the ocean floor, gradually forming layers of sediment that accumulate over millions of years. Entire regions of the seabed are composed of these tiny skeletal remains. Through these gentle and continuous processes, life in the ocean quietly shapes its own environment. Coral reefs, seagrass meadows, kelp forests, and plankton communities all work together to form living landscapes beneath the waves. Marine biology reveals that the ocean is not just a place where organisms live. It is a world that living creatures themselves are constantly building and renewing. The silent travelers of the ocean. One of the most fascinating discoveries in marine biology is how many ocean creatures spend their lives traveling across enormous distances. Unlike animals on land, many marine species live in a constantly moving environment shaped by ocean currents, tides, and seasonal changes. These gentle migrations are some of the largest and most peaceful movements of life anywhere on Earth. Among the most remarkable travelers in the ocean are whales. Many whale species migrate thousands of kilometers every year between feeding grounds and breeding areas. For example, humpback whales often spend summers in cold polar waters where food is abundant, then slowly travel to warm tropical regions during winter to give birth. This migration can cover more than 8,000 kilometers, making it one of the longest journeys in the animal kingdom. Marine biologists believe these migrations are guided by a combination of environmental cues. Whales and other marine animals may use the position of the sun, ocean temperature, underwater landscapes, and even the Earth's magnetic field to navigate across vast oceans. Despite traveling through waters that appear featureless to humans, these animals seem to follow invisible pathways that have existed for generations. Sea turtles are another example of extraordinary ocean navigators. After hatching on sandy beaches, tiny sea turtles immediately begin a long journey into the open ocean. Many species drift with ocean currents for several years while they grow. Remarkably, adult turtles later return to the very same beaches where they were born in order to lay their own eggs, completing a cycle that may span decades. Some of the most peaceful migrations in the ocean involve fish that travel in enormous schools. Species such as sardines and herring move together in massive shimmering clouds that can stretch for kilometers. These schools behave almost like living organisms, shifting direction in perfect synchronization as thousands of fish respond instantly to their neighbors. This coordinated movement helps protect individuals from predators and makes migration more energy efficient. Even some of the smallest ocean creatures are long-distance travelers. Plankton, which includes microscopic plants and animals, drift across entire ocean basins carried by currents. Though they cannot swim far on their own, these organisms are transported across the planet by global circulation systems that slowly move water between continents. One of the most fascinating daily journeys in marine biology is known as the vertical migration. Every evening, billions of small organisms such as zooplankton rise from deep waters toward the surface to feed under the cover of darkness. As morning approaches, they slowly descend again into the safety of deeper waters. This movement happens every night across the world's oceans and is considered the largest daily migration on Earth. Marine scientists believe this vertical movement plays a crucial role in the ocean's ecosystem. As organisms move up and down through the water column, they transport nutrients and carbon between different ocean layers. In this way, even tiny drifting creatures contribute to the overall balance of life in the sea. The migrations of marine animals reveal that the ocean is not a static environment but a constantly shifting network of pathways. Invisible highways of currents, temperature zones, and seasonal food sources guide animals across thousands of kilometers. Through these slow and rhythmic journeys, marine life connects distant parts of the planet in a quiet and continuous cycle. Studying these travelers reminds us that the ocean is a world defined by movement. From the largest whales to the smallest plankton, countless species follow ancient routes through the water, creating one of the most peaceful and extraordinary natural rhythms on Earth. The hidden light of the deep ocean. One of the most mysterious and fascinating aspects of marine biology is the world of bioluminescence. In the deepest parts of the ocean, where sunlight can no longer reach, many organisms have evolved the ability to produce their own light. This natural glow transforms the dark depths into a quiet universe of shimmering blue and green flashes, revealing a hidden world that scientists are still learning to understand. Bioluminescence is created through a chemical reaction inside the bodies of certain organisms. Specialized molecules called luciferins react with oxygen, producing light without generating heat. Because this process is extremely efficient, almost all of the energy becomes visible light. In the deep ocean, Where energy is scarce, this efficiency makes bioluminescence an ideal survival tool. Marine biologists estimate that more than 70% of deep-sea animals may be capable of producing light in some form. Jellyfish, squid, shrimp, plankton, and many species of fish use bioluminescence in different ways. Some species produce soft pulses of light that flicker through the water like distant stars, while others create sudden bright flashes that can surprise or confuse predators. One of the most famous examples of bioluminescent marine life is the anglerfish. Living thousands of meters below the surface, this unusual fish carries a glowing lure that hangs above its mouth like a tiny lantern. The light attracts curious prey in the darkness, allowing the anglerfish to capture food in an environment where meals are rare and unpredictable. Squid have developed some of the most complex uses of bioluminescence. Certain species possess rows of glowing organs called photophores along their bodies. By carefully controlling these lights, squid can match the brightness of the water above them, effectively erasing their silhouettes when viewed from below. This clever camouflage technique is known as counterillumination. Bioluminescent plankton create some of the most peaceful spectacles in the ocean. When waves disturb the water at night, millions of microscopic organisms may flash simultaneously, causing the sea to glow with soft blue light. Beaches and shorelines sometimes shimmer with this natural phenomenon, giving the impression that the ocean itself is gently sparkling. Even some sharks and deep-sea fish use bioluminescence to communicate. Patterns of glowing spots on their bodies may help individuals recognize members of their own species in the darkness. In the vast and silent ocean depths, these light signals can function like a quiet language understood only by the creatures that produce them. Marine scientists believe bioluminescence also plays a role in defensive strategies. Some shrimp release glowing clouds into the water when threatened, similar to how squid release ink. The sudden burst of light distracts predators long enough for the animal to escape into the surrounding darkness. The study of bioluminescence has also influenced human science and technology. Researchers use bioluminescent proteins to study cells, track diseases, and observe biological processes in laboratories. In this way, the gentle lights of deep-sea creatures have helped scientists better understand life itself. Marine biology continues to reveal that even in the darkest parts of the ocean, life has found extraordinary ways to adapt. Through the quiet glow of bioluminescence, the deep sea becomes not a place of emptiness, but a calm and mysterious world illuminated by living light. The ancient creatures of the ocean. The ocean is home to some of the oldest life forms on Earth. Long before humans appeared, and even before many animals evolved on land, the seas were already filled with living organisms. Marine biology reveals that many creatures living in today's oceans still carry features that have changed very little over hundreds of millions of years. Studying these ancient species allows scientists to look back into the distant history of life on our planet. One of the most remarkable ancient animals in the ocean is the horseshoe crab. Despite its name, it is not actually a crab but a distant relative of spiders and scorpions. Horseshoe crabs have existed for more than 450 million years, surviving multiple mass extinctions that wiped out countless other species. Their armored bodies and simple but effective biology have remained largely unchanged for hundreds of millions of years. Another fascinating ancient survivor is the nautilus. This deep-sea cephalopod carries a beautifully spiraled shell divided into chambers. The nautilus controls its buoyancy by adjusting the gas and liquid inside these chambers, allowing it to move up and down through the water with minimal effort. Fossils show that animals similar to modern nautiluses lived in the oceans more than 500 million years ago. Marine biologists are also fascinated by sharks, some of the ocean's most ancient predators. The earliest shark ancestors appeared long before the first dinosaurs walked on land. Over time, sharks evolved into many different forms, yet their basic body structure proved extremely successful. Their streamlined bodies, sensitive electroreception, and powerful swimming abilities have allowed them to remain important ocean predators for hundreds of millions of years. Not all ancient marine animals are large or powerful. Some of the most ancient organisms in the ocean are sponges. These simple animals lack organs, muscles, and nervous systems, yet they have thrived for more than 600 million years. Sponges filter enormous amounts of water through their bodies, removing tiny particles and nutrients while helping maintain the health of their surrounding ecosystems. Jellyfish are another example of ancient marine life. Fossil evidence suggests that jellyfish have existed for at least 500 million years. Their bodies are simple and mostly made of water, yet they have survived countless environmental changes throughout Earth's history. Some jellyfish drift slowly through ocean currents, their delicate movements giving the ocean a calm and almost dreamlike atmosphere. Perhaps one of the most surprising ancient creatures is the coelacanth, a rare deep-sea fish once believed to have gone extinct with the dinosaurs. In 1938, a living coelacanth was discovered off the coast of South Africa, astonishing scientists around the world. These fish possess unique lobe-shaped fins that resemble early limbs, offering clues about how ancient fish may have eventually evolved into land animals. The survival of these ancient species reminds marine biologists that the ocean is a living archive of Earth's past. While environments on land have changed dramatically over time, many parts of the ocean have remained relatively stable. This stability has allowed certain organisms to persist for extraordinary lengths of time. Studying ancient marine life helps scientists understand evolution, resilience, and the long history of life on Earth. Each of these organisms carries within its biology a story that stretches back hundreds of millions of years. In the quiet depths of the ocean, these living fossils continue to move slowly through the water, connecting the modern world with the earliest chapters of life on our planet. The quiet balance of the ocean. The ocean is not only a vast habitat filled with fascinating creatures, but also one of the most important systems that keeps life on Earth in balance. Marine biology reveals that the ocean plays a crucial role in regulating the planet's climate, producing oxygen, and supporting complex ecosystems that extend far beyond the sea itself. Beneath the calm surface of the water exists a powerful natural system that has quietly shaped Earth for millions of years. One of the most surprising facts about marine biology is that a large portion of the oxygen we breathe is produced in the ocean. Tiny organisms known as phytoplankton perform photosynthesis in much the same way that plants do on land. Using sunlight and carbon dioxide, these microscopic organisms create energy and release oxygen as a byproduct. Despite their tiny size, phytoplankton collectively generate an enormous amount of oxygen for the planet. Phytoplankton drift near the surface of the ocean, forming the foundation of nearly every marine food chain. Small animals called zooplankton feed on them, which in turn are eaten by fish and other marine creatures. This simple but powerful chain of life supports everything from tiny shrimp to the largest animals ever to live on Earth, including blue whales. Another important role of the ocean is its ability to absorb heat from the atmosphere. Water has a high capacity for storing heat, and the global ocean acts like a giant reservoir that slowly distributes warmth around the planet. Ocean currents transport this heat between the equator and the poles, helping to regulate global climate patterns and stabilize temperatures on Earth. Marine ecosystems also play a key role in cycling nutrients throughout the planet. When marine organisms live, grow, and eventually die, their bodies return nutrients to the water and ocean floor. These nutrients support new life and maintain the continuous cycle of biological activity in the sea. Even the slow sinking of organic material from the surface to deeper waters contributes to this complex natural process. One of the most peaceful examples of ocean balance can be seen in kelp forests and coral reefs, where countless species live together in carefully structured ecosystems. Predators, herbivores, and small microorganisms all interact in ways that maintain stability within the environment. When these relationships remain balanced, marine ecosystems can remain healthy for centuries. Marine biology also reminds us that the ocean is deeply connected to life on land. Coastal wetlands, mangrove forests, and estuaries provide essential habitats for many species of fish and birds. These environments act as natural buffers that protect coastlines from storms and erosion while supporting biodiversity. Despite its immense size, the ocean is still a fragile system. Changes in temperature, pollution, and habitat disruption can affect the delicate balance that marine organisms depend on. For this reason, scientists around the world study marine biology not only to understand the ocean, but also to help protect it for future generations. The quiet rhythms of the ocean have shaped life on Earth for hundreds of millions of years. From microscopic plankton to enormous whales, every organism plays a role in maintaining the balance of this vast living system. By studying marine biology, we gain a deeper appreciation for the hidden harmony of the sea, a world where life moves slowly, cycles endlessly, and continues to sustain the planet we call home.